This is the official Hypixel Skyblock wiki. With over 30,000 pages and 100,000 edits, it truly is a sight to behold. However, what we need to focus on is this tab right here, Collections. I'm sure everyone is familiar with what a collection is in the context of Skyblock. You continually grind certain items in the game to unlock items and recipes. As for one of the items you can unlock, let's take this one, the Zombie Pickaxe. Unlocked in Rotten Flesh 2, it's an iron pickaxe with less breaking speed than a golden pickaxe, which only costs 100 coins. It's not difficult to see how useless this item is, but individual tools aren't the issue here. The main problem are collections themselves. Not that they're useless, but that they were made for a different era of Skyblock entirely. What was once one of the most important aspects of the game has now become a footnote. And this brings up a big question. What went wrong with the collections of Hypixel Skyblock? In today's video, we're going to go over one of the longest standing issues in the game and look at each collection individually to see if there's a deeper problem at hand. There's a lot to go over, so make sure to subscribe if you enjoy my content, as it helps me to make more videos. But with that being said, let's go back to the beginning of Hypixel Skyblock itself to see the real story of the game's collections. When Skyblock first released in 2019, collections were far more crucial to gameplay. Some of the best weapons like the Pigman and Leaping Swords were unlocked through Porkchop and Spider Eye requirements, while the Monster Raider set came from multiple collections throughout the game. However, over the next 3 years, more and more advanced stats were added to Skyblock. What was once 7 stats became 17, with tons of overlapping mechanics and abilities between items. Why use a weapon with only strength when you could get one with attack speed and ferocity, with an extra ability to boot? Of course, this wasn't all, as most collection items became outclassed by cheaper and newer weapons, known as power creep. Power creeping is an issue that has plagued Hypixel Skyblock since the very beginning. Collection items became outclassed by end items, which became outclassed by dungeon items, which became outclassed by nether items outside of dungeons. You get the point. All of these factors eventually led to collection items becoming useless to obtain. Although there are still some items that remain useful for niche scenarios, most rewards only serve to guide completionists, and the meta is far evolved past items like the Runan's bow. But, even with all my arguments, are collections really that bad? Well, there's only one way to find out, to put every collection in Hypixel Skyblock to the test. In order to truly see how useful or useless collections are, I would have to rank every single collection individually without bias. This eventually led to me making a 5-point scale, which rated each collection for its vitality to the game and the items that it locked as rewards. Here's how it would work. A 1 meant that the collection was useless and featured nothing useful. A 2 meant that the collection rewarded a niche item, but the item wasn't still worth getting overall. A 3 meant that the collection had a singular useful item in it. A 4 meant that the collection offered multiple items that were all useful. And finally, a 5 meant that the collection had multiple items that were useful throughout every stage of the game. With the scale out of the way, I was ready to rank every single collection. That's when I realized Skyblock has over 50 of them. I had to spend the next 3 hours going through every single item and judging whether it was useful or not. Trust me, you would not want to go through this. I eventually did complete the entire list, and I had finally gotten an average score of every collection item in the game. If you're interested, you can find my forums post linked in the description describing every item, but in this video we can't go over every unique one. But for good time's sake, we'll go over the best and worst collections in the game. As for the worst, it's Melon. Although the crop itself is useful for gaining farming XP through minions, the collection itself gives no rewards other than tiers of compacted melons. Every other reward is a minuscule amount of farming XP as well, making it the most useless collection in the game. On the other hand, the best collection in the game got over a 5 out of 5. It got a 6 out of 5, and that collection is Redstone. And why is that? Well, Redstone unlocks the accessory bag, which is one of, if not the most, important features in all of Skyblock. Without it, your damage would decrease by over 50%. Redstone also unlocks the personal compactor, which is yet another incredibly important item to have for every Skyblock player. Overall, Redstone has firmly solidified itself as the best collection in the entire game. Anyways, with my items now rated, I could combine them all to get the average score. And with that, the average collection in Skyblock gets a point value of 3.46. That means that on average, each collection has at least one useful item within it, with an extra 0.5 points or so to spare for bonus credit. So, are collections in Skyblock as useless as people make them out to be? Although it may seem surprising, yes. Although my analysis shows that collections do have useful items, it's important to keep in mind that most collection-based weapons and armor sets are outclassed by RNG drops and other NPC bought items, and so it's generally not worth grinding the resources to craft armor sets such as the armor growth. And as the final nail in the coffin, many collection items can be just bought on the AH, kinda destroying any viability of grinding collections to upgrade your items. How do we solve this problem? Well, there are a few possibilities. A simple one would be to just buff existing collection items. Weapons like the Golem Sword could be given a set bonus when using it with the Golem Armor set, giving previously useless items a use in Skyblock's meta. Just for fun, we'll revamp the Golem set. As a full set bonus, it could give the user a true defense bonus, alongside buffing the Golem Sword's ability by reducing its mana cost. This is just one example, but you can see how items could be easily improved to make them more useful. A more creative solution could be to lock God Potion effects behind collections. For example, if you don't have resistance unlocked in the Cactus collection, you wouldn't be able to use it when consuming a God Potion. Of course, this wouldn't apply to potions normally, so God Splashes during the bingo event wouldn't change, but the idea still applies. However, the most realistic solution would be to involve it with the Skyblock level system, rumored to be implemented into the game in Update 1.0. Although we don't currently know much about the leveling system, unlocking and maxing collections can unlock direct stat bonuses, or give cosmetic buffs of some sort. No matter what you choose, one of Skyblock's largest issues presents itself with multiple working solutions. Skyblock is a massive game with many problems, big and small. Although I've gone over one of them, there are still a lot of issues that have persisted within the game for a long time. But even then, the game has still managed to create its own distinct identity with its own player base that continues to thrive to this very day, and for that, Hypixel Skyblock is truly a special game. Back on the matter of collections, let me know what you guys think of my solutions. While you're at it, feel free to comment any other problems in Skyblock you might want me to try and analyze in the future as well. With that being said, that's all, and I'll see you guys next time.